Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya.
I haven't been able to keep up with this series as much as I have liked to. The very first game I wasn't able to watch because I was working, but y'all know I was able to keep tabs on it during the Celtics series. I didn't watch the first game. I did watch the second game. I just didn't make a video on it. But I was here watching game 3 last night. I'm pulling for the New York Knicks. I want them to make history. They haven't been to the finals since 1998. I'm pulling for the fan base. They've been through enough hurt. They remind me of the Dallas Cowboys. They're due. The Knicks went unprecedentedly down 0-2, given the heroics of the Pacers coming back by 16 in under like 4 minutes in game 1. Then last game was a relatively close game in game 2. The Knicks just didn't come up with the win. But last night's game was scary to begin with. It felt like the Pacers was going ahead and putting the nail in the coffin because the Knicks were down 20 at one point in the second quarter. I was watching it. Fans were watching it. The team in that stadium was watching it. The fans in that stadium was watching it. It felt like the series was over. It really did. There was a span where the Knicks turned the ball over like 2 or 3 straight times, and Halliburton laid the ball up to go up 20. The arena was going crazy. And we were all just sitting here. I was sitting there talking to myself like, God, this series is over with. The Knicks had no life. They got in foul trouble early. But the New York Knicks did New York Knicks things. They were resilient. They fought to the end. They did the same thing in Boston on the road last series, and they done it against Indiana. Coming back from 20. They do it on the regular. I know I didn't say that right for those who are probably listening via Spotify and Apple. But we're going to use that slang today, on the regular, because that's what the Knicks do. They play hard, smart basketball. This team, when their backs have been against the wall, they have mostly answered the call. This was led by, and we have to get credit to, Karl Anthony Towns. He scored 20 of the 24 fourth quarter points. This was huge for multiple reasons. Jalen Brunson was in foul trouble. He is your main star. He is your main offensive option. You can't rely on Mikal Bridges much offensively. He's inconsistent. Josh Hart, he's inconsistent. OG Anunoby, he's hot and cold as well, inconsistent. But you have an all-star outside of Jalen Brunson on that team. His name is Karl Anthony Towns. You traded for him for a reason. Because he has the potential to be a pro, an NBA all-NBA type player. And he showed that in the fourth quarter last night. When his team needed him most, he was cooking. I watched it. Every time Cat got the ball, it felt like he was going to score. That shows you what a difference between a superstar and a star. Cat is a superstar. Okay. I call stars superstars. Then I have different tiers. I know a lot of people only have star and superstar. The superstars are the LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, things of that nature. And then you might consider somebody like Karl Anthony Towns just a star. But if you, in my opinion, have a player like Jalen Brunson who is a superstar, you have another player in Karl Anthony Towns who has shown that he has the intangibles to play on a superstar type level. So let me just scratch all the categories I have. We're going to go with that. Karl Anthony Towns is a star, but he has capabilities on a given night to play like a superstar, like he did last night. It also felt like this was it for the Knicks because Tibbs played 9 guys. We all know Coach Thibodeau does not do that at all. He never does it. Kenny Smith made the line during the game, post-game, or halftime last night. Thibodeau wouldn't play 9 dudes in a baseball game. He rides and dies his guys. Okay? So when he put them boys in, it felt like it was the end of the series. It really did. He played Laramie Shamet. Laramie Shamet has not seen the court all playoffs at all. This guy too, Dion Wright, haven't seen him for the Knicks. The only 2 dudes that I saw coming off the bench was Josh Hart and Miles McBride or Mitchell Robinson, whoever was starting in that game, which Mitchell Robinson did start this game. Tibbs was just, he felt like there needed to be a change. He felt the pressure. He felt like the way the series was going, that something needed to change. So he inserted Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup, and he played 9 guys. Got to give his hats off to him. He didn't put himself first. He put the team first and put out the best guys that he thought were good enough to help them win the game. Give kudos to Coach Tibbs. But this was just more about the Knicks than it was the Pacers, because the Pacers were playing how they were playing all playoffs. They came out, smacked the Knicks in the mouth, went up 20, going into the half. And then after that, coming out of halftime, the Pacers just fell flat. They gave the Knicks life. And the Knicks doing what they have done all playoffs, all postseason, rather. They took advantage of it. They capitalized on it. Led by Karl Anthony Towns. Jalen Brunson was majority a no-show. 6 for 18, 23 points, plus minus some -6. He was the only player that was in the negatives in the starting lineup. Matter of fact, he was the only Knick that was in the negatives that played last night. That shows you how bad of a night Brunson had. And on this night, when you needed it most, Karl Anthony Towns showed up. Josh Hart down the stretch, gave you those big rebounds, played great defense. The Knicks played fantastic defense in that second half. Fantastic. Got the Pacers out of their rhythm, and they were able to storm back and win Game 3. Going into Game 4, it is a must-win for the Knicks. There's no scenario where going down 3-1, you think the Knicks is going to come back. You got to win Game 4. Coach Tibbs, I would say this, I would probably switch Josh Hart back into the starting rotation, put Mitchell Robinson on the bench. Then go from there. Play 9 guys. Give them an extra breather. Give chances for Karl Anthony Towns to thrive, to flourish. Because Karl Anthony Towns is able to flourish when he's at the 5. You saw it. When he was on the court by himself, you really don't have to rely on Jalen Brunson giving him the ball. Karl Anthony Towns was able to do what he does best. Karl Anthony Towns can get you a bucket. That is who you need to ride going into this game. Jalen Brunson, relatively in this series, has not really had he's had his moments, specifically in Game 1 and Game 2, where he was excellent. But in a game like last night, if one guy is off, the other guy's got to show up. The Knicks are not going to be able to do anything unless either one is on. Either Jalen Brunson's got to be on tomorrow night, or it's going to have to be Karl Anthony Towns. You can't have one or the other. You got both. One or the other has got to be on. You can't have neither. Because if neither one of them guys are on, the Knicks have no shot of winning. You cannot rely on OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Mikal Bridges, even though Mikal Bridges should be someone you should rely on because you gave up 6 first-round picks for him. But essentially, you got to ride those guys. Someone's got to show up. Karl Anthony Towns has got to answer the call, or Jalen Brunson. And whoever's hot, ride them. Because they are going to be the reason why you win or lose that ball game. The Knicks can do it. They are still good enough to win this series. I still think the Knicks can win it. If it wasn't for the circus act in Game 1, the Knicks should be up 2-1. You could make the case that the Knicks should be up 3-0. That's how the Knicks have played ball all postseason. That's how this series has gone. They have not been able to capitalize when they needed to capitalize, except for last night. And they are fully equipped to be able to do so in these next coming games. I have the Knicks winning game 4. I have the Knicks going back to the Garden 2-2. I had the Knicks winning game 5. I think this series is going to go 7. If the Knicks do not win tomorrow, game 4, this series is over in 6. The Pacers will close it out in game 6 back in Indianapolis. This is a must-win for the Knicks. And as I stated, Karl-Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson has to show up in order for the Knicks to have a chance to head to the NBA Finals for the first time in 26 plus years. Got to give kudos to Karl-Anthony Towns, because if it wasn't for his heroics last night, the New York Knicks would be down 3-1 and headed to Cancun. Way to go, Karl-Anthony Towns. Way to go, Coach Thibodeau, for putting your antics to the side, your pride to the side, playing 9 guys, experimenting, and it worked out for the better. I hope it's a lesson for you. I hope you are able to utilize this in some way or aspect in the future once the season is over with, because the Knicks are a good team. I still believe even if the Knicks don't win the championship this year, they are one piece away. Karl-Anthony Towns and Brunson, you're missing a wing guy. You don't even need an all-star wing guy. You just need a bona fide role player wing guy who is a super efficient to put alongside OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. You have a ball club. If they could get somebody like a Kevin Durant, as old as he is, it would be sensational. That's the type of player that you need. You need a Jalen Williams type player. That's who the Knicks need. And I think the Knicks are going to be able to do that in the offseason, because what you've seen for New York, I don't see a scenario why anybody won't want to go play for him. But that's getting super off topic. What do you guys think? Do you think the Knicks have what it takes to come back in the series? Do you think the Pacers are going to win the series, led by Mr. Overrated himself by his peers, Tyrese Halliburton? I want to know all of that down in the comments below.